All right, I'd like to welcome you back to a new hunt today. I am flying solo, and this house appears on the 1800s map. Real nice homeowner. Just agreed to let me come out and detect it, so we're going to detect it and see what happens. All right, guys, second hole I dug. I just got something amazing. At first, I thought this was going to be an Indian head. You can see an Indian right there, but when you turn it over, that is not an Indian head penny. I believe this is some kind of Civil War token. I never found one like this before, so I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look it up, but I'll include a picture of it along with what it is if I can identify it. But second hole, and that's what I got. First hole was a Wheatie, but you can see the Indian there. But all right. That makes me really happy. All right, I'll post some more information as soon as I find out. Put it up after this clip. On to the next. Sorry guys, had to stop the video right here. What this thing is definitely not a Civil War token. Let me show you a closer look, but I think this is actually a little bit better. Take a look at this. Okay guys, we're going to take a closer look at this. I'm actually pretty excited because I forgot that these coins existed. What I thought was going to be one of them Civil War tokens actually turned out to be an 1865 3-cent nickel. And they're made out of nickel and copper, I believe. And if you watched, maybe 2 videos ago, when I was with Aaron, I found a silver 3-cent piece, a trime, but these are much more rare in the fact that they don't come up a lot when you're metal detecting. The silver stays in the ground, pretty decent, but these copper nickel coins, they don't hold up very well. And I'm trying to give you just enough detail there. If you look at the very bottom, you should be able to see 186, possibly. And on the top, above the bust, just slightly to the right, sorry about my camera work here, but it's right about up in there, you should see at least the O of the word of. It would have said United States of America, 1865, and then the back side, you see a Roman numeral 3. Now you can see the coin is pretty messed up. It's, definitely damaged. I had to clean this very gently. I used a little bit of these coin pencils here, Andre's pencils, I believe they're called, and a little bit of Renaissance wax to just kind of give it a little bit of a coating to keep the flaking from happening, but it's still kind of flaking. So this is going to go into a little cardboard flip soon. And I will show you this on the wrap-up, but that's what we have, an 1865 3-cent nickel coin, which, like I said, is kind of rare to come out of the ground. I know there's probably going to be people that, leave a comment that they found them, but this is the first one I've ever seen, let alone found. I don't even have one of these in my coin collection. I have trimes, but not one of these. But so that is a really neat find. Like I said, I thought this was one of them Civil War tokens. For about 3 years during the Civil War, different merchants made tokens that looked very similar to a Indian head penny. And I thought that bust there was the Indian head bust. And they would have a bust on there and a date. And then on the backside, there would be some kind of patriotic saying or the name of a store or something like that. And I thought this was what that was, but definitely not. All right, let's get back to the video, see what else I found, but thought you'd like to see an up close there. And I did put a couple of pictures in here so you can kind of compare what it looked like. But, all right, let's get back to the video. Okay, just a few minutes later, I'm coming down for my second pass, and I just popped an Indian. Not too bad a shape, looks like 1888 or 98. I don't know, you might be able to see it. I can barely see it in the sunlight. No, I'm good, thank you. And not a bad Indian. All right, we will see you on the next. Okay, been at it a little bit, and this is my next find. Got a dog license, or dog tax. It says dog tax paid, number 302, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see the date, but that's 1917, Wyoming County, which is the county I'm in, Wyoming County, Pennsylvania. So real nice old dog tag, nice little piece of history, little local history. A little bit bent. I'm not even sure if I'm going to try to straighten. I might just leave it just like that, but all right, cool find. See you on the next. All right, guys, I just got another bucket list find. I just pulled up this button. You can see it's a two-piece button, but when I flip it over, I already cleaned it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but right in the center, this is a Civil War era artillery button. I've found an infantry button before with the I in it, but I've never found one with the A in it. So that is, wow, I'm happy with that. That is awesome. This house is a little bit weird. I'm still trying to figure out the front yard, although I've spent more time talking with the homeowner, I think, than detecting. It's just one of those days. So I haven't found much except for what you saw, but I mean, that Civil War token was out front, and now this. And I mean, the area I'm hunting, I'm nowhere near any Civil War battlefield, so this is probably something that came home with somebody. But that's amazing. I will put up a good picture of this when I'm done cleaning it. I usually put these in a little bit of lemon juice, and there's some, any of the gold gild that's on there pops out. So I'll throw a picture up after this, but awesome find. All right, we're going to keep going. I do have permission to come back, so I'm kind of running out of time, but I've got a ton more yard to do. I've only done a little bit out front on the other side of these bushes, so this could be a great place. I don't think it's ever been detected. All right, see you on the next. All right, next target, a nice greeny Indian head penny. Looks like 1888 or 1898. Not sure. It's flaking a little bit there. It could be just the dirt, surface dirt coming up. I brushed it off and started getting some of that green coming through, but all right, got an Indian. Gonna be a little bit, don't know how much longer I have, but I can definitely come back and hopefully see what else is here. There's a lot of yards, so. But all right, 1888 or 1898 Indian head penny. That's what we're looking for. See you on the next. All right, everybody. I am actually back on my second trip out to this old house here that, I wasn't here for about 2 weeks, but this is where I found the 3-cent copper nickel coin and that cool Civil War artillery button. And my second hole out here, I just started coming through this side yard. This is where I left off. I found a V-nickel. So not in bad a shape either. Boy, that's pretty nice. I can't quite read the date from here. You might be able to see it, but my eyes aren't picking it up. But hey, not bad. I know there's probably some more stuff here, so got a cool V-nickel. All right, I'll take it. This house has been pretty good so far. So, all right, we're going to continue. See you on the next. All right, well, it's been a while, but I just got a signal and got this thing. At first, I thought it was a rivet. I don't think it's very old, but it's got a name on it, so I figured, why not show it to you. It's got like iron on the back. Like I said, I thought it was a rivet, but oops, it's coming up in the mid 40s on the Manicore here, so it's a find. Actually, since I found that that V-nickel, there really hasn't been any finds. I dug up a lot of trash, checked on a different section of the yard, and there was a lot of coal ash fill and things like that. So, you know, not having very much luck other than the front and that one little side of the house. But I'm up in the back now, so we'll see what happens up here. If not, I'll get ready to pack it up. But I can't complain. It's been a really good good yard. I mean, look, I got that that 3-cent coin, man. That's it's unbelievable. But all right, we're gonna continue. Hopefully there's more. If not, I'll do a short wrap up of the stuff that I found here in the yard. So all right, see you on the next. All right, well, I just got another signal. Turned out to be this spoon. I mean, nothing fancy. It's just plated. I don't know how old it is. There is some lettering on it here I brushed off, but I'll clean it up, see what the lettering is, show it to you in the wrap up. But yeah, it's something. I think I'm almost done here. I'm just going over the little area that was the hot spot as far as finding that artillery button, and the V-nickel was right over there. So a little bit more to go. I just wanted to come at this at a different angle just to be sure that I didn't miss anything. But all right, well, hopefully there's more. See you on the next. All right, guys, usually I do a little tailgate wrap up at the place wherever we're detecting, but I didn't get a chance to do that. So this is going to be just a quick wrap up of the things I found there over 2 days of hunting at that house. The house definitely goes back into the 1800s. As you can see with some of the finds that I made on those clips, there's some nice old coins were found in there. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to that. I am going to go and knock on the neighbor's door, because a little bit past the property line, where I found the Civil War button, I believe that there's still stuff scattered beyond the gentleman's property line of the house that I was doing. So obviously I didn't want to go in there without talking to the neighbor, but he wasn't home the 2 days that I was there. So definitely going to talk to the neighbor, see if I can continue to hunt. There was an old foundation in there. See if I can continue to hunt that area a little bit more, but I just have to cross the property line. So that'll be in another video if we get the permission on that. But all right, so anyway, some of the stuff were on clips from the video. This is an old silver plated spoon. It says what was that, Sheffield plate spoon. So I don't think it's too old, probably, you know, mid 1900s. Found a modern car here. It's like, I think it was made in like 2010 or something like that. The 1970 Camaro, but you know, modern. I did find this cool little thing. When I dug a hole, this popped out. It's like an old, I don't know, it's plastic. It's like a little Ant-Man there doing a dance. But I thought that was pretty cool, so I kept it. Some miscellaneous stuff. I did find a clad diamond. It's in really poor condition. As you can see, the soil was not kind to that. Couple of miscellaneous snaps. I got this hinge, probably from like, I don't know, an old barn door or something like that. Got the guts to a pocket watch. Not sure how old it is, but it's seen better days. And I did get this little disabled veterans tag. Let me bring some light. I found these before, and I guess if you were a veteran or whatever, you can, it's like a key tag or something. It says, you know, deposit in any mailbox. So I guess if you had a set of keys that got lost, somebody can throw this into a mailbox and he would get them back. I'm assuming that's what it is. I've seen them before. But as far as the old stuff, the cool stuff, as I like to call it, I did get this old dog tax. It says dog tax paid. So from a dog collar. And, you know, like an old dog license. Number 302 is dated 1917. Wyoming County, PA, which was the area that I was hunting. This is one of the older ones that I found. I think I found older than this, but definitely ranks into the ranks up there with some of the oldest ones I found. Of course, I got that really cool Civil War button. I cleaned this off with a little bit of lemon juice, and it came out nice. There's still a lot of that gold gild left on there. And there was that little snap button that I took a video clip of. As far as I can tell from what I looked at, a quick search of the internet, that's off of, it could have been like an old denim coat or jeans. They made them, this company particularly, where it says Sanfordized, somewhere around the 1930s, 40s, 50s, somewhere in there. So not extremely old, but still pretty neat. I did find a bridal rosette, or at least the inside weighted part. It's pretty heavy. It's like, the lead inside of the old bridal rosettes. And you can see it had a nice, cool little design on it there. And as far as the old coins, bring some light. I did do a cut-in and told you about the 3-cent nickel that I found. It's 1865. It's the first year that this was made. And I think they made these 1865 to 1889. And then as far as the other coins, that second time I was there, I got a 1912 V nickel, which is not in too bad a shape. Pardon my fingers. This is the front of it. I got a nice 1898 Indian head penny, not in bad shape. And 2 wheats. One was 1910, and I think this one was 1940. So not a bad little place, not a whole heck of a lot, but still enough finds to get out and swing for two different days. So, all right, that's going to end it for this. We will see about getting back up there to the neighbor's house soon and see if I can get permission to swing on past that property line and maybe recover some more stuff. There's an old foundation there, so, you never know. We'll see what happens, but got to get the permission first. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on the next. All right, guys, how about that? That is the second 3-cent coin that I found this year. So went from never finding any to 2 bucket listers this year, both the silver and the copper nickel 3-center. All right, guys, if you've enjoyed the video, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing if you want to catch up to what we're doing every week. There's plenty of videos back on our playlist, so you can go through some of them and see some of the really neat things that we found. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.